In one city, in 1 year, marshals carried out 17,821 evictions. New York City, 2025. 17,821 times, an officer of the state showed up at a door, and a family went out onto the sidewalk with whatever they could carry. And here is the detail they bury. That number is higher than it was before the pandemic, higher than 2019. They told you the crisis was the pandemic. The truth is, the crisis came back the moment they decided to let it. Watch the curve, because the curve tells the whole story. In 2021, eviction filings in New York City sat at 42,110. By 2025, they exploded to 114,832, from 42,000 to 114,000 in 4 years. That is not a market correction. That is a dam breaking. And it broke on schedule. The moment the protections that held it back were removed, the water was always there. They just took their thumb off the wall. Now hold the other number next to it. More than 350,000 people in New York City were without homes on January 1st, 2026, and the shelter system. 194,531 unique people used the city's shelters in 2025. That is the most in its entire history, an all-time high. So put the two facts in the same sentence and feel how obscene it is. Record evictions on one end, record shelter use on the other, and a straight line of human beings being pushed from one to the other. And this is not just a New York problem. It is just where the numbers are loudest. Nationally, 46% of all renters are rent-burdened. That means nearly half of every renter in this country is paying more than 30% of their income just to keep a roof over their head. Half. So when the eviction wave hits, it is not hitting people who were comfortable and got careless. It is hitting people who were already living one bad month from the street, holding on with their fingernails, and the system knew it. Here is the part they really do not want framed, honestly. The pandemic safety net, the eviction moratoriums, the emergency rental assistance, all of it was sold to you as generosity. It was not generosity, it was a leash. Proof that the street could be turned off whenever those in power decided. And they decided. Emergency rental assistance programs expired nationwide by September of 2025. The help did not fail. It was switched off. The same hand that held the protection up is the hand that pulled it down. And once the protection was gone, look how fast the machine moves. In states like Indiana, an eviction can be processed in 10 days for $100. 10 days, $100. That is the price and the speed of putting a human family onto the pavement. It costs a landlord less than a phone bill in less than 2 weeks to undo someone's entire life. The system is not slow when it is taking from you. It is only slow when you are the one asking it for help. So let me say the part out loud that the headlines tiptoe around. This is not a housing shortage. We have empty units. We have whole buildings held vacant on purpose because scarcity pays better than occupancy. This is a profit machine, and the machine runs on fear. A scared tenant pays whatever is asked. A scared tenant does not complain, does not organize, does not withhold rent over the mold, because the street is right there, 10 days and $100 away. The fear is not a side effect of the system. The fear is the product the system sells to landlords. And here is where I want to be honest with you, instead of just loud. I do not have a law that fixes this by Friday, but I know the shape of the only thing that ever has. The reason the street can be used as a weapon against you is that you do not own the ground you stand on. The fear only works on people who hold nothing. Ownership is not a magic word. It is the one thing that takes the leash out of their hand. A stake in where you live, a piece of the thing you pay into, anything that means the threat of the door is not the only thing keeping you in line. So remember the real number, not a statistic. 17,821 families in one city in 1 year carried out a door by the state, while the shelters filled past every record we have ever kept. They told you the safety net was a gift, it was a leash, and they pulled it. This was never about not having enough homes. It is about a system that makes more money when you are afraid of losing yours. Wake up is not the slogan. It is the moment you stop believing the people who took the net away were ever on your side. If this hit a nerve, that is the point. I keep coming back to the same answer, and this is the ownership stuff in practice. MXEL at mxl.com, where holding a stake is the thing they cannot switch off on you. Stay loud.